This is the Transformers masterpiece MP24 Cybertron Commander Star Saber. Now, I apologize for having put this one on the shelf for such a long time and shelving this one, and just really didn't have a chance to go around to doing the review until now. Now it's been slow for Transformers and just waiting for that whole Titans Return line, and what a more opportune time to review this particular figure now that the Titans Return is on its way to making it to stores. And quickly, here is the packaging. I picked up this set at R Toys. I didn't come with a coin, or at least I haven't gotten the coin yet. And it's come with a really nice set of instructions. Saber robot, the V-Star, which is the vehicle in the vehicle mode, combined mode, transforming him. How we power the Brainmaster feature of this particular figure, the Saber blade. Very, very nice. It's more like a leaflet shield, Saber laser, which is the gun. And you know, this particular character, if you're not familiar with him, he is part of that Victory series, which is technically still considered Generation 1. It's sort of like the Season 4 of Generation 1, which was aired in Japan, and then they made the cartoon in Japan, and then they showed in the US, I think, but I don't think they made it in. I think that series. I don't think that series ever made it here in the Philippines. We had Generation 1, 2, and 3, but Generation 3, Season 3, Generation 1, sorry, Season 1, 2, and 3, but Season 3, I think we barely had it. I had to download all the episodes a couple years ago just to watch them again and try and stand them up. This figure feels, it is huge, and it feels like it's a combination of a Robotech, Gundam, Macross, Evangelion type of toy. It's hefty. It's got some die-cast pieces right here, and the whole logic of the toy is very Japanese, like robots fitting into a bigger robot. Like there's a small robot, the Brainmaster powering the smaller robot, which powers then the bigger robot. And that's how the whole Japanese concept arrived. Like Mazinger Z, Daimos, like there's a small guy powering the bigger guy. And here he is with MP10. You see the heft of it, and Ultra Magnus is about here. So he's one of the biggest masterpiece toys we've ever had. And like MP5 and MP1. And he comes with this, he comes with this blade, like the Star Saber blade, or the Saber blade. He can barely hold it. There is a way to do it. You just have to sneak in that handle right there, or just do it like this. That's probably the safest way to. He comes with a shield as well, which fits, it sort of fits into his fingers. That. So, you know, he looks like a Gundam Transformer. And this is the stand for this one. The gun, he's got a Saber laser, which will fit in either hand. And yeah, like that. It's puny, I know, so I won't do that. And there's a smaller hilt for the smaller robot. This one transforms into a stand when you do in alt mode. Sorry, like that. And then you can store the blades. This one you can easily store here, just like that. And the gun stores right here. This smaller blade stores here. This one, the shield piece, you can probably store the shield somewhere here like that. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe you can store the shield like that. This one, don't know where you can store this. Store the blade right here if you want. Blade stores right here. And this one stores here. And the shield, you have it on, maybe. No. I'm not really concerned about that. Okay. And there you go. So, paint apps, it's so typical, like Star Saber robot. The yellow, blue, they all came out great. You got a little bit of chrome here. Very, very nice. Articulation for the figure. The head doesn't move. Got a waist swivel. Goes also sidewards. Shoulders go in and out, forward and backward. Bicep swivel, hinge, double hinged elbow. The wrists, they have articulation, go in and out. And the fingers articulate. You can swivel the wrists. Ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, ball hinge ankles, ball hinge knees, and then ball hinge ankles with the rocker joints. So it's a hefty figure, a little bit cumbersome at times, but it is a work of art. It's so magnificent and glorious, but it can be cumbersome to transform and to even handle. So I'll say my final thoughts after this review. So we'll try and do it. I'm trying to do it as fast. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do this. That's the official robot mode. I'll say my final thoughts on this figure at the end of the review. But as it is massive, majestic, and just a huge transformer. Okay, so I'll show you the smaller robot first. Oh, you can like open it up. His faceplate goes like that, I suppose. And that's the head of the small robot. And I thought when I was practicing transformation, very difficult to get him in, very difficult to get him out. So you just fold it like this and just be very gentle with it. And it's very difficult to. It didn't sound difficult there, but it was difficult the first time around. So here's the transformed bit of the smaller robot. The smaller robot is called Saber. Saber. And here he is in robot mode. Okay. And here's the great figure, great paint apps all over. A little bit of a head articulation, no waist, ball hinge hips, ball hinge knees, bit of foot articulation. Shoulders go in and out, forward and backward. Bicep swivel, hinge elbows and swivel wrists that go in and out, and he can some finger articulation. Just here, he can't hold this one obviously, but he can hold the smaller version. You can put the bigger blade in it, but I think it looks so funny. But that in the show, I think the blade grows, so yeah. I like this one. The smaller blade, I think, fits him nicely. Like that. And here's how the Brain Master function works. You take him out, and here's the Seiku Brain. Seiku Brain, whatever. I forgot his name. Put some more light on it. And it's like a smaller version of the big robot, the Battle Up mode. Let's say go! He's got swivel arms and swivel hips, and that's it. And he can also pilot Saber in his alt mode. So the way it works, you stick him in right there. You have to depress it so he sticks on the pegs, so he doesn't move about. And then you just, as you slide up the cover, it slides up that head. And I thought that was terrific. One of the things I loved about it. And I think this is what the Titans Return toy line is trying to get at. Like smaller robots becoming the gun, smaller robots becoming the head, or becoming the engine, or whatnot, and powering up stuff. The Titan Masters. And there were like Brain Masters, Power Masters, Target Masters, Head Masters, all in one. I thought that was cool. So he can fit in the cockpit right here. And I like this. I like this part about the Japanese robots. I mean, Transformers were a Japanese invention that Hasbro decided to bring into the US and the rest of the world. And I think Hasbro did a good job with the mythos and the storyline, because the Japanese versions were like, oh, so depressing. And the Japanese did a wonderful job with technology or engineering these Transformers. And I'm so glad that Hasbro and Takara are really coming up with more ingenious ways of giving us representations of our favorite Transformers figures. And I hope the Titans Return line proves to be more than just another Combiner Wars, or just another line that Hasbro decides to make money on. So the blade's there. Okay, let's transform him into his jet mode. Okay, these are a little bit prickly, so be careful with that. If you have a kid who's transforming it, so just be careful. Okay, that's the whole jet. Suddenly pop up the landing gear. Do this, that, close this, and then tab it in. Close this in. And then finally, this thing, the sword, the main sword, connects there in front, and there you go. That is the Saber alt mode, the jet mode. Very, very nice. And we'll connect him there, back there, in the combined jet mode a little after we transform that. So let's see if we can just do that. That's preparing him for combined mode. All right, on to the big robot. So this one you can remove if it gets in the way so much for you. You can keep it on, like in jet mode, as his head, like a blaster, but I'm just trying to remove it just to preserve it. Okay, so go ahead and fold these here like that. This will stay just like that for now. Okay, the best way to transform the arms, just rotate the whole bicep assembly like that and collapse. Oh, that's die cast. Is that die cast? No, it's not. And collapse like that. Rotate it like this and just collapse like that. Okay. And then for the legs, this is the trickiest bit, I think, in transforming this guy. You gotta rotate the thighs inward like that. And then, oh, let's do the feet first. Okay. Okay. And then you'll have to, it's so hard. Ugh. Do this. Do it like that. Oh, sorry, the hands have to be there. And then like that. And then you just join them like that. That's one side. And if I can just do the second. Ugh, it feels like you're gonna break the darn thing. Okay. And just make sure the legs are properly aligned. Yeah, or just a bit up like that. That way you can fold this one and just hook those clips back there. You're supposed to tab in. Ah! Yeah, they're supposed to just lock in. There, God, this thing is so heavy. Okay, and that's how you do it. That's the V-Star, and it's got some features like Macross Robotech style rockets, and you lock it in. Don't make the mistake that I did, like pushing it up like that. It's not going to happen. I thought it was broken. You have to unlock it here and then go up like that. Otherwise you're going to break the darn thing. Okay, so that's that. That's the V-Star. I'll fold this one in robot mode, obviously. It's the V-Star, and then you combine them like this. Let me see. It was very difficult again for me. You gotta align it there on those panels right there. You see those grooves right there? That's where the legs are supposed to shoot in. And there is a clip right here that moves up and down, so might as well go press that in so you'll have an easier time doing it. Okay, and then lock it in place. And there you go. There is the combined mode. Looks like a huge Voltus 5 type of vehicle. Sorry, it's not fully in. Okay, there we go. And this thing is supposed to just rest on the shield. And there you go. So, really nice. I think really well done by Takara Tomy. I doubt if they'll release this in the US. Over here in Manila, you can get these at hobby shops. Got this one at R Toys. It's very massive, very big, just like what a huge robot should be. But personally, for me, I never followed the Victory series, and it's Generation 1 for me was Season 1 to 3, and honestly, I don't think this toy is for me. But if you love the Victory series, you love Star Saber, you like these Gundam style robots, Robotech, and you're a big fan of the whole Star Saber idea, then this robot is absolutely for you. I mean, Takara told me couldn't have done a better job with it. It's heavy, massive, very accurate, lots of features, lots of playability, and they put everything in, all the bells and whistles, and really well made. But for me, I'm a bit biased because I don't know the character, but I can appreciate the toy, and I'm just really Season 1 to 3 of Generation 1. So, as it is, as a toy, to me, it's a perfect score. It's 10 out of 10. But for somebody who's biased as me, I would easily give it a grade of 8 and 9 because it's just so cumbersome, so difficult to manage for me personally. And I really had a very difficult time with this figure. And my experience about this one is just an 8 out of 10. But as a toy, being without any bias, it's a perfect score, 10 out of 10 for me. So I'll probably end up selling this one very cheap. I have a friend who's looking for one, and I'll probably offer it to him at a very cheap price. Being a second-hand toy already opened up and reviewed, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Transformers Masterpiece, MP24, Cybertron Commander, Star Saber by Takara Tony. Thanks for watching.